Giancarlo, great to see you.
Great
Good
to see you
here
again.
at Creative Electron this time,
Thank
which is
you,
really
yeah.
exciting. Tell me about your new role. Tell me a little bit about the challenges, about the opportunities. I think you've arrived at Creative Electron at an exciting time.
Yeah,
the JV.
feel good to see you again. Different environment, refreshing environment. I would say more opportunities than challenges. Is what I see. Yeah, here with a new adventure, right? That it's refreshing, as I keep saying. I keep repeating over and over. It's new environment, and it opens up the horizons of what you can do with X-ray more than anything, right? The X-ray people, right? This is Creative Electron, the X-ray people, and it's truly, you walk around the building and everybody knows X-ray, everybody knows what we're doing, everybody knows what you're here to do and to sell, which is impressive in a company like this.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting is it's not like you're not trying to pigeonhole a particular customer into a particular product. You've got quite a lot to offer. You've got the original Creative Electron products, you've got the Unicom products as part of the JV, but you've also got the ability to customize and really think outside of the box.
Yeah, and that's what we found refreshing in here. I mean, you obviously start a customer, you offer a solution, right? I have an X-ray machine. Let me take a look at your sample, bring it in, and you start with X-raying it in a standard machine that normally gives you excellent images. But then the customer perhaps want to add a little bit more of software, a little bit more of AI into their own recipe, and we have those types of solutions. And when they come here to the buildings, they can see it right away, straight from the source, straight from the developers, if you want to say it like that. So it's refreshing. I keep saying again and again.
That's gonna be the key word, refreshing. It's nice when you are here that you realize how many of the team here are really wicked smart engineers and really know how to get the best out of an X-ray machine. It feels like you could bring anything through the door and say, hey, get me a good image of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. I mean, sometimes you go to these companies that are large enough to not know exactly what we need to sell, right? So you talk to some people and you talk to other people and they all have different views of what's internals. In here, I mean, everybody knows about X-ray and everybody knows to offer solutions. Everybody's trying to find a solution with you, which is very nice.
Yeah, it's important, isn't it? What's interesting is you've got all these, as you say, opportunities over challenges, but you're doing that in a seriously disrupted market. We've had a lot of change in market dynamics almost on a week-to-week basis. Obviously, you've got the territory here in the US, but you've also got to be thinking about Mexico and Canada and maybe other parts of the Americas. How complicated does the current environment make the sales process?
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, Creative Electron has been doing pretty good through the years. I mean, I've been watching from far away, right? How excellent Bill and team has grown the company into a US-based manufacturer of X-ray systems. And I was going to say not only for electronics, but in general for different products, right? So my task here is to bring that out to the world, and perhaps I would call that the challenge. Educate the people externally to the company how great the internals of the company is, and take it to the next level, take it internationally, take it to Mexico, to try to offer solutions across the world.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, isn't it? We're as a X-ray manufacturer, you're tasked with seeing inside things. What you want is people to see inside the company, to see where the talent is. I'm really curious about Mexico at the moment. They had a pretty tough last year in terms of CapEx spend, because there feels like there's a little bit of overcapacity down there. They're really struggling to see where they stand with tariffs over the last 2 months. So there's been a real hiatus there. Do you feel the tariff thing needs to be resolved before that market can kind of pick up and start to move in the right direction again?
Well, I really think I would call it a bump in the road, right? I mean, it's delays after delays. Anyone you talk to in the factories in Mexico, I mean, they have projects on hold, but the investment is there. The need is there for. I mean, I was talking to a customer yesterday on American Automotive, without mentioning the name of the big electric company, but they continue to send products to these factories, and and give them projects, even if the tariffs are there. So there's obviously the automotive exception, if you want to call it now. So that's the big part, right, of the business. They continue to work hard on that. They are obviously looking for more clarity, and they are seeing it through the second part of the year, most probably, to start picking up again. So that's what everybody's talking about.
Yeah, and Giancarlo, it's such a compelling place to manufacture. There's so much talent there. The labor rates are good, but actually, when you look at the factories, there's a lot of automation. There's a lot of expertise there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the next level up. I mean, the design centers and prototype centers, perhaps in the US, is very, very easy. Big volumes and very proficient engineering in Mexico now is happening. I mean, some of these design centers that I mentioned in the US are now moved to perhaps Guadalajara. That's where we've been seeing the next center up. But yeah, I mean, there's quite capable people, facilities, and land in there to be able to take over these manufacturing processes.
Yeah, I think particularly in the engineering, I've seen lots of the larger US EMS companies that have a big footprint there. They actually use Mexico regularly to do their digital transformation projects and to prove those processes before they're rolled out globally, and that speaks to the engineering talent that's available to them.
Yeah, I think it's the fast and the turnkey, right? The speed of bringing them up to production. That's what Mexico has been known for. I mean, the flexibility, I would say, of the engineering force, where they give them a project and they figure out how to do it, and it
gets
works.
done. It gets done and it works.
Quick, yeah.
The motivation behind tariffs is clearly to bring more manufacturing back to the US. We are seeing some desire to do that. It takes time for the rubber to hit the road before there's going to be investment in new facilities. With your feelers out in the marketplace, what's your sense in terms of people's desire to scale manufacturing, particularly electronic manufacturing here in the USA?
Definitely. I mean, I think at Creative Electron, we're poised for growth in terms of that, right? Of bringing manufacturing back to the US. I mean, if you think about new products and joint ventures inside the company that everyone knows about, we're bringing new systems that are going to be manufactured here. We already have the first systems on the floor for AXI and high resolution X-ray. And those are coming straight out of the production floor here in San Diego. So that's pretty exciting.
And do you see that reflected with the customers? Are you seeing EMS customers thinking or seeing projects coming back and maybe scaling here and scaling back elsewhere?
I am so busy, even in first, second, and third week. I mean, talking to customers, they want how fast can you build a machine? Because it's shipping from here is not 2x the price or 3x because of tariffs. It's just made in the US. So it helps.
So they want it, and they want it at speed, and they want to scale their manufacturing because their customers are driving the same demand.
And that's the next phase, right? I mean, they perhaps have a factory here or in different states, and how fast can you provide to all these different factories
to allow them to grow?
And the factory here is capable of scaling really quick.
Congratulations on the new post.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Good to see you again.
Thank you.